Alright, evening hired goons. About to start Operation Crazy Yahweh? Well, however they pronounce it. So this one's going to be brief. So we'll go over the overview here. And let me mute that, wherever it's coming from. There we go. Alright. So, as we're looking at it, we have Katombela Airport, airbase that we've been basing out of lately. We are going to have one pair, Moses 1 of Kafirs with spice. The S-100 is going to go up as well. Planes are going to move at military speed to get out of the radar zone of the land-based radar. At that point, we'll search for targets, get a visual, and work on engaging. So, here we go. Just to clarify too, I don't know either what's going to pop up. I've got a random event once we enter the area, and something is going to be there. But even I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be one of 5 different things. Some relatively benign, others not so benign, or at least not so easy to deal with. So, here we go. And just to give everybody some background, the Bulgarians that happen to hold these 2 very large bridges going into Luanda itself. They got their T-72s covering it. They're in charge. Further south, we have some other bridges, but if we can insurance fraud this boat, these Bulgarians will just let our forces walk right through. They will not blow up the bridges. So that means we still have to deal with the 2 bridges down here, or path up through the side that's 40 miles longer and come at Luanda from the east. But either way, this big 150-ton bridge here and that 60-ton bridge there will still survive. So, here we go. We're going to get birds in the air, and let us begin. So the first up, we are going to have Moses 1, which is Anta and Blue Shift. At the same time, we are going to have I Spy, Roamer, Sky Eye, and Loudmouth taxiing to takeoff. Now, up north, we're getting a lot of old context that we had from our previous missions, so just disregard all that. Some of these will pop back up in a moment. Others are just going to kind of be gone. As you can see, we still got our SAMs and some mobiles and questionable stuff. All right, let us see. Katombela. Okay, I'm going to take up the time compression a little bit here. We got roughly 1 minute until our planes take off. All 3 planes are going to go off at once. In reserve, we have Orbital and Maximum Fuck, both in the Kafirs with Spice 1000 missiles. And at that, we're going to have birds in the air in about 3 seconds. Taxiing to takeoff and taking off. Come on, guys. There we go. So, first we have Anta. And right behind Anta, we are going to have Blue Shift. Right now, I've got them going to this point over here. This is going to be the form-up point from there. I'm going to manually control them to try to maintain Beer for the Beer Gods instructions. Already, it is 11:30 at night. And according to Beer, we are going to try to maintain as much range as we can from the target. Get no closer than 5.8 nautical miles. Visually verify, confirm no witnesses within range. Deploy spice bombs. Destroy the targets and return to the airbase. So we have the Saab S-100 is up in the air. It's going to be gaining altitude. Right now it's 3,500 feet. according to the Bulgarians, they are going to be forming up somewhere around this sea feature over here. But better to hide the wreck and make it more difficult to track it down in case Lloyd's goes snooping. Oh, we have a bogey. Let's see what we got. Something way in the north. We'll keep an eye on that as time permits. We got a lot of space. Whatever that is way, way, way up there. So I'm not too terribly worried. But isn't that pretty amazing radar coming out of the S-100? That's good stuff there. All right, Anta and Blue Shift both at military speed, 520 knots, 36,000 feet. We have got radar circle here. We are about to break clear of it, and then we are going to be in the undetectable from ground radar. S-100 is still active. The radar circle way, way out there. We still have our other finer resolution circle that's going to be spreading. Hopefully this will kind of get out there about the same time Anta and Blue Shift get into position. So we'll keep an eye on any new bogeys we get and update from there. We're definitely getting the lithium platform further to the north. You can see all of our forces moved up to the bridge line right now. Everybody's just kind of hanging out in the middle of the night waiting for the front to get back going. Yeah, have no fear, Beer. Once everything goes poorly, everybody can just blame the instant runoff voting system. Which I actually have to say worked out pretty well, because I've been stumped. How do you really pick the best when there's 7 different missions and there's only 1 vote separating all of them? So even though it's kind of funky, I think it worked out, and we'll be doing that again in the future. All right, we are getting close. I Spy's little area is opening up. We've still got the Lususu tin shield. Little variable if once we get a lock on that. If we do, I'll slide the support point over a little bit. And let's see. Got some old contacts and some more platforms to the north. Looks like we have an old contact of a ship up north. What do we have here? The bogey is still hanging out somewhere near Nagaje. Angolan Navy patrol boat. Well, we don't have a picture of it. Okay, the tin shield is still kind of floating about in an area. Also has an SA-6 SAM site. I Spy is still gaining altitude, just about to pass 15,000 feet. And we have Anta and Blue Shift are about to be on target. Nope. Let's see what we got. We have a skunk. That might be our boat, or it might not be. So we are going to slide our point a little bit closer. Anta and Blue Shift will move into position there. It'll get both of them within range. And then hopefully we can pick our target points and go from there. Hopefully we'll get some other contact or something else on radar if there's anything else around to worry us. So far the sky is looking clear. Still looking clear. Oh, what do we got? I Spy just picked up another vessel. Moving at 9 knots, 172 degrees. At this point, we've got 46 nautical miles between us and them. I guess the question is, which one is our ship? Once our two birds get onto station, I will bring one of the two up closer, away from the moving skunk, and see what we can find. Looks like Anta, you're the front one. I am going to have you go in once you slide into position. We'll get you directly opposite of the moving skunk. Bulgarian said that the boat would not be moving. However, they might be still moving into position. This could be something else. So I don't want to start slinging bombs per your guys' instruction. We don't want to get caught red-handed now, do we? All right. 176. He's still holding position. All right, we'll get a little closer. Okay, Anta. Let's see. We're going to move you up decently close. We'll get the bearing and range tool here. I believe you instructed me 5.5 nautical miles. I will pull that back 5.8. We're going to take it back a little bit more from that. Hopefully this will get us close enough that we can get a determination on what we're looking at. And at that point, we will fire. Unless it's not what we want to shoot, then we won't fire. Still moving, 176 degrees, 9 knots. Skunk is still identified no speed. Anta is closing. No identification. Oh, there it is. Commercial feeder vessel, container type, 16,000 tons. I'm assuming, but this is not, we don't have confirmation it's the Kaiser Soze yet. Let's see if we can get a little bit better. All right, we're going to do a vector around the side. Still don't have a good visual there. We still have plenty of fuel. If need be, I will shed some altitude. However, for the moment, I am going to try to stay away. We'll get close enough to identify our other target up north. Let's see, still a container vessel. The other one is still a skunk. At least we'll be able to differentiate if we can make out what this guy is. Oh, there it is. It is a commercial fishing boat. An armed fishing boat at that. All right. Well, that gives us the confirmation that we need to know. Because now we know that in this area we have a commercial vessel at 0 speed with a commercial fishing boat not far away. Yeah, I mean, based on the piracy that happens, you know, up here, you know, the Gulf of Guinea is quite known for its piracy right now. So anybody that's fishing in this area is going to have at least a 12.7 millimeter or a 50 cal mounted on the deck. On the plus side, they probably aren't going to have anything like, you know, night vision or crazy binoculars. So we will let Anta clear the area, and when Anta has returned to the support point, we will fire. Yeah, the Bulgarians are probably zipping away in a little Zodiac right now or something like that. And then once they're away, they'll radio it. They're not going to stick around to watch the deed get done. All right. Anta is now 15 nautical miles. At the support point, we will fire. Yeah, that really would be pretty hilarious if this armed fishing boat was to do that. But in this case, they don't seem to be going for the boat. So, since Anta flew, we will let Blue Shift, who's going to have a little more fuel. He is going to go ahead and fire the missiles. Blue Shift coming around, and we have Spice missiles away. Do we have one? Just one. For whatever reason, that's all Blue Shift felt the need to fire. Because he's feeling a little ballsy today. All right, here we go. Missile is going in. Currently 530 knots, 25,000 feet, dropping altitude quickly. Bombs. My apologies, beer. Well, it's a guided weapon. What's it got? 35 nautical mile range. And it is a 445 pound of tritonol. Sounds like fun. Okay, so we have the second spice right behind it. We're getting intermittent contacts. Still at 0 degrees. 0 knots. And we have 98% penetration. Excuse me. Okay, it is still floating. Let's watch and see. If all else, we'll have Anta send some more. Going to zoom back in here. Spice is going in. And we're going to have contact in a moment. Oh! It is gone from our radar. Well, look at that. Blue Shift is now returning to base. Anta is going to return to base as well. We will leave the commercial fishing boat right where it is. We have not picked up any new contacts. We still have a bogey hanging out in the north. No confirmation what that is, but it is not in our area of operation. This is all free state up there, so this could be Shinsege, it could be Smurf. I doubt it's one of the Kafirs, because whatever it's just doing hot laps right here. So it's probably not a combat patrol. And we are definitely outside the range of how far away is that? That is 330 nautical miles. Ooh, that's going to be close. Smurf could potentially pick our flight up here if that's what it is. But we'll see. Okay, we've got Blue Shift and Anta heading back. All it took was 2 spice. Once we get a little closer, I'm going to send I Spy to land. What I'll do after this, guys, is I'm going to go through, check the logs for the other side, and see if anybody detected these. And then if somebody did, then we'll make some nice fluff up. How's that sound? And we'll adjust accordingly. Okay, I Spy is on the ground. Blue Shift on the ground. And Anta is on the ground. Alright, there we go. I'm going to call that a mission success. Only took 2 bombs to knock out an empty Bulgarian freighter and allow them to insurance fraud it. Welcome to the world of mercenary relations. Alright, Hired Goons, back to you. You guys have a great evening, and I will get this up as shortly as I can. Alright, here we go, guys. Thanks much.